But you make it sound like every day we were celebrating my birthday.
There was probably a couple of days we didn't.
We just ended the month of October, and it was a very busy one, dear.
Yeah, it was your birthday month. You celebrated all month. In fact, you started celebrating in September.
Well, that's not fair. It's not fair.
Womp, womp, womp.
You know why? Because, yes, I did have a girls' trip.
Oh.
Funny, huh? I had a girls' trip with my girlfriends the end of September.
Yeah.
But that's because we all turned 60 in 2024. And so we just happened to pick that month to celebrate. So, I mean, it's not like it was an extended celebration that started in September and went on to my birthday.
Right. And you guys went up to Maine.
We did. Yeah. It was nice. Yeah.
You had a good vacation there.
Didn't we talk about that? Or did
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I did. My girlfriends that I grew up with and I, we went up to Maine for a few days. We did a little hiking. We did a little shopping. We had a good time. I hadn't really ever gone away from you that long. I know you missed me, didn't you?
Oh, terribly.
Yeah, I'm sure we talked about this because I remember you rolling your eyes. But he
Maybe
did.
we did. Maybe that's a replay.
He did miss me terribly. He did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is true. So I did do that for my birthday. That was back at the end of September. But we did not celebrate my birthday all month. We did have a double date with our friends.
Yeah.
2 weekends before my birthday.
Yeah, to Bongi's Tavern.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was a great, fun date night. And we had a super nice dinner out. It was lovely. And then I had an awesome birthday day. And then that's it.
The birthday day, no, that's not it. The birthday day, we had dinner with the boys, with all your boys.
All my boys, and they were
I
great.
made an arrangement where Brendan came home and we didn't tell you he was coming.
Yeah, I heard from all of my children that day, and all the boys came and had dinner with me, including my son that lives a few hours away in Chicago, and he tricked me. He told me that he wasn't coming, which I was suspicious and thought he was coming, but he was very sly.
Right.
He called me while he was driving, said he was going to work, and said, "Oh, I really wish I was coming home, Mom. I'm so sorry, but I did send you something. It'll be delivered a little bit later this afternoon." And he did. I got flowers delivered. So I thought, well, he's really not coming because he wouldn't spend money. He wouldn't spend money to send me flowers if he was driving home. But he did, bless his heart. So he gets extra bonus points for this holiday.
Yeah, and I checked with you, made sure you were going to be home that day.
Yeah.
So he'd be here when he got
Yeah,
here.
so that was a nice surprise. I don't get to see him as much as I'd like. And all four of the boys and Jason and I went out for pizza to one of our favorite little pizza places that we've been frequenting quite a lot lately, and came back and had cake and ice cream. It was a super nice day.
Yeah, it's like a brick oven pizza place. It's a good pizza place.
Yeah, and plus you gave me some very thoughtful, sweet gifts, and everyone made me feel special all day. I love all the Facebook messages and all the texts I got, and I've got a lot of attention all day, and I like that. So it was a nice day.
But then our friends threw a Halloween party.
Yes, but that was just not for my birthday. They always throw a Halloween party, but
There was a large portion of it.
Yes.
Let me explain. A large portion of it was themed after your birthday.
Yes, they did. They did go above and beyond to make me feel special.
They made these crazy masks, and everybody had one. And as the night went on, we were sitting out by the fire, and they would hold a mask up to their face like this, and then they would try to say something like what you would say.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was
so,
fun.
So they did. They brought those masks, and my friends gave me some awesome, super thoughtful gifts and did funny things. And they brought those masks, and we took pictures. But we do have a Halloween get together with them every year, and it is always close to my birthday. But this, they did go above and beyond. Oh, they got me one of my favorite desserts, and they brought the mask, and they went all out. So yeah, they made me feel very special. It was a nice night.
Oh, that was a good time.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So it was a fun month. But you make it sound like every day we were celebrating my birthday.
There was probably a couple of days we didn't.
It was, I'm not complaining. I had a really nice birthday. Everyone was sweet. Oh, my brother, I got some wonderful things. I got some things in the mail. People were great. People were great. So, made me feel special and loved. And it was a big birthday. It was a birthday. I was a little.
Yeah, I think it is a birthday. When you get older, the decade birthdays are kind of heavy,
It's funny. I always tell people. So my middle son will be 30 in February. And so he's like, oh, you know what I'm going to do for my 30th? And kind of makes me go back. I don't know about you, but my 30th didn't bother me at all. Did you have any issue with your 30th? No. I was too busy raising kids for one thing. But I will say this. So, so I had my second child the year I turned 30. I was in my first shitty marriage. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's said now. It's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah. I'm not still married to him. So people have to assume that it wasn't the greatest, right? I mean, I was young and had my second child when I was 30, but I was pretty happy. To me, it was like, this is where I'm supposed to be in life. I'm married. I'm getting ready to have my second child. Things weren't perfect in my life, but my friends that struggled with their 30th, this is a long time ago. 30 years ago that, pretty much things were a little different back then, people, believe it or not. But my girlfriends that weren't married yet, and didn't have kids yet and kind of felt like their clock was ticking kind of thing, which is so outdated now. I think
30 will make you feel under pressure.
I think 30 made them feel like, whew, they used to say, isn't that terrible? They used to have that thing that said if you were 30 and single, your odds of ever getting married were like diminished by like a lot. I mean,
I never heard that.
I know. You probably didn't ever read that shit, but I'm telling you, it was out there. It was scary. That's why I got married when I did to who I did. So anyway, that's a long story, but not one we're going to get into either. The other reason I got married when I did, it was that we were all under a lot of pressure. We did feel like, oh my God, what if we never get married in your 20s? I don't know if girls still feel like that at all, but
there might still be some of that. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. But my brother is 4 years younger than I am, and he got engaged. I got married when I was 27 when I got married. He's 4 years younger than I am, and he was engaged for 2 years, I think, or a year and a half. So he got engaged when he was 21, 22. It freaked me out. And so
was that to his wife?
Yeah, to Barbara. Yeah, and they've been married, happily married for let's see, how old is Alec? Alec was 6 months old at their wedding, so they've been married almost 32 years in June.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah. However, what I'm saying is, I was like, oh my God, my baby brother is going to get married before me. I got to get on the stick, man.
Right. So you had a competition going on.
Not a competition, but I was like, how can that even happen? I mean, how can my brother get married and I'm not even dating anyone? So I met someone in November and married him in June. Great decision. I wouldn't recommend it at all. Yeah. So I always tell people, I had a 6-month-old. I was married and had a 6-month-old at my brother's wedding. I got things moving.
There you go.
All right. So then my 40s, we're just going to go through the decades really quick, honey.
Okay.
My 40s bothered me a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's one that bothers everybody just a little bit.
But not that much. Yeah. I mean, same thing. I had 3 kids. I was taking care of my dad. It was a stressful time, but I felt like my life was pretty on track. I still felt healthy. I still thought I still looked halfway decent. I enjoyed my 40s. In fact, I always tell people, be interested to know what you think about this. I always tell people, if I had to pick a decade, if God came down and said, okay, Julie, pick a decade that you just want to be for the rest of your life, I would pick my 40s.
Yeah, I might do the same thing. I think the 40s were the same for me. It's a good time because you're kind of settled in life by then, but you're still young enough to want to do a lot of fun things a lot. And
I wouldn't want to go back to having little kids again or anything, but I felt good in my 40s, and I wouldn't mind. And I had a lot of things that happened in my 40s that weren't the best, but overall, I felt good in my 40s. I think I looked okay. I felt good. I was just healthy and active, and life was pretty good.
When I was in my 40s, my kids were teenagers, or a little older. They were easier.
Right.
They didn't really require a lot of heavy focus because they were becoming more independent.
Yeah. And then 50, that's a big one. You're like, whoa, I'm 50.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. Your 50th birthday sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Because the problem I had with turning 50 was it hit me at 50 that no matter who you're looking at, if you're 50, nobody's going to view you as being young anymore. You're over the hill.
No,
50s you're on a rapid slide down the backside, man.
You are kind of over the top of the hill, but I've spent most of my 50s with you. It's been our decade together, yeah. So I think 50s is the decade or the time when you start to kind of make assessments like, do I want to make any adjustments? What's going on here? Yeah. I mean, what do I need to do to have a better life? It's not like and I don't mean anything crazy, we're not going to get into that, but I mean, even like working on yourself, do I want
self-reflection?
It's kind of a time of self-reflection.
There you go. Yeah.
Then 60 just fucking sucks. So. You're like, okay, I still felt pretty good during my 50s, honestly, although I did have a heart attack and, I had some very, seriously, major stuff happen in my 50s. 60s, you're just like, wow, I'm getting old. And my next decade birthday is going to be 70. And
that one's going to suck even worse.
yeah, and I'm starting to look old and, all that.
You look beautiful.
Oh, that's so sweet. October was the birthday month, and I've appreciated this reflection we've had on growing older together.
Right. No, I think we had a fun month for your birthday.
It was nice. We don't have to do your 60th for a little while, because you're a little younger than I am.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm much younger than you. You were one of those cougars.
Right, I know.
Right. Mm-hmm. In fact, right now, you're 2 years older than me.
Yeah, I am.
That's a long time.
It is. It seems like it. I don't like it. I mean, even though I know I'm really not, the whole idea
You'll
that
be happier here in a month when it'll just be 1 year.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.